One down, 4 to go.
Radiant's top barracks are going to blow over. Radiant's top barracks have fallen. Dire now has mega creeps. Radiant's Ancient is under attack. I think we're just about done here.
Back onto the field.
Radiant's Ancient is under attack! Radiant's Ancient is under attack! Radiant's Ancient is under attack. Dire victory! Battle resumed! Your ban. Pretty sure it's your turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
An enemy destroyed cannot rise against you. Strategic deployment.
Prepare for battle!
As you will. Onward.
你气不气？你气不气？
Of course. Speed is the heart of battle. I see.
30 seconds to battle.
Yes. A grand design. As you will.
This ain't no snowball fight.
Damascus guides me. I cannot believe that worked. Very good. Combine and conquer. Quickly. I wage war. A move to my advantage. Yes. As you will. As you will. Combine and conquer.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Of course. Speed is the heart of battle. Your skull's roundness offends me.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Damathis guides me. Quickly! Very good. Aha. Oh, to my advantage. Line of sight. Did my head just get pointed? Strategic deployment.
This way.
I am dangerous.
I see where this road ends. Attack! A mind sharper than any blade. Strategic deployment. Onward. Line of sight. Speed is the heart of battle. Combine and conquer. Augmented. A mind sharper than any blade. A grand design. Quickly.
Don't let your middle tower fall.
I see where this road ends. Very good. As you will. As you will. The Matrix guides me. A move to my advantage. Searing pain. Speed is the heart of battle. Yes. A mind sharper than any blade. I see where this road ends.
The rule of illusion.
Of course. Huh? Line of sight. Deeper understanding. Strategic deployment. Onward.
Never refuse gold given.
As you will. A grand design. Combine and conquer. Quickly. A move to my advantage. Eyes dead.
Behold, a subtle burn.
Onward. I see where this road ends. Combine and conquer. As you will. Strategic deployment. As you will. Speed is the heart of battle. A grand design. Damascus guides me.
Look at that. Radiant's courier just got killed.
A mind sharper than any blade. Huh? Very good. And to face combat. Quickly! Yes. Of course. I see where this road ends. Of course. Not so fast. Line of sight. Quickly! them in your aid. As you will. Very good. Yes.
Mission top. No.
My skills proliferate. Your fate arrives. Damatrix guides me. No blade required.
Fresh mate.
A grand design. A move from advantage.
Rune of double damage.
Speed is the heart of battle. Combine and conquer. Onward. Strategic deployment. As you will.
Well, that was toasty.
My discipline increases. Speed is the heart of battle. Onward. Combine and conquer. A grand design.
You really should look at your bottom tower. Why is this happening?
Strategic deployment. Slap in the face.
Dire structures are fortified.
A move to my advantage. Damatrix guides me. My beard is long. As you will. I see where this road ends. Ha! Line of sight. As you will. Quickly! Huh? Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Very good. As you will. As you will. Magic abounds. I see where this road ends.
A tool to teach.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Quickly! Casualty of war. Line of sight. Of course. Onward. Damatrix guides me. Combine and conquer.
Trickster's rune of illusion.
Speed is the heart of battle. Strategic deployment.
Your top tower is under attack.
Deeper understanding. A move to my advantage. A grand design. Onward. Yes. Combine and conquer.
Your middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are so fortified.
See someone bleed out?
The rune of invisibility.
As you will. Damatrix guides me. Strategic deployment. Of course.
Dire have fortified their structures.
Quickly! As you will. My discipline increases. Line of sight.
Fresh mace.
Where this road ends.
Let's talk about your top tower.
Unstoppable.
Combine and conquer.
The rune of regeneration.
A grand speed is the heart of man. Onward.
Judging the pain.
under attack.
See where this road ends.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Quickly!
You really should look at your bottom tower. Your bottom tower has fallen.
Very good. Damascus guides me. Of course. Yes. Your fleet arrives. My skills proliferate. As you will. Line of sight. A mind sharper than any blade. As you will. Yes. I see where this road ends.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Speed is the heart of life. As you will. Damascus guides me.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Line of sight. Very good. Onward. Searing pain.
Bathed in searing heat.
Combine and of course.
Bloody creeps.
Strategic deployment. A mind sharper than any blade. To my advantage. Master Dota.
It looks like Dire fortified their structures.
Or do the same thing.
Victory is the goal, not glorious battles. Quickly! Attack! grand design.
Let's talk about your top tower.
As you will.
Radiant have fortified their structures.
Very good. Darkness guides me. My plan is. Combine and conquer.
Tartaglia. Bisa main letik. Sadar hard support. Offline yang saya tak, yang si Leon. Anjing, offline aja. Ini sebenarnya si Luna, cina si Luna di offline. Yang orang apa ya? Di luhur.
The enemy's middle tower won't be making any more appearances.
Sharper than enemies. Augmented.
Merah weh. Dah nama carry kan Tide Hunter ini. Wah, main dari sal hitter.
Strategic.
Oh, cicing. Ek jadi hitter aja.
Quickly. Line of sight. As you will.
Langsung kemana bu?
A move to my advantage. As you will. I need no weapon.
Ayah dia ni.
Ngenahin siapa combo jeung mana ya sih? Asli sih ya, jadi tengah bohong ya ini.
Pasti main.
Enjoined in battle.
Dire snow fortified their structures.
I can't believe what we see. What just happened? Tide Hunter oke serius.
Yes.
Sledar.
Top tower is under attack.
That's it.
top tower is falling. Oh boy. The enemy's middle tower didn't know what hit it.
Si Luna offline menurut baik.
The enemy's middle barracks are no more. The enemy's middle barracks are falling. Their top tower is under attack.
Saya sadar di tas diri itu aku ini. Main di tas diri itu.
The enemy's middle tower has... Your middle tower is gone. I tried to warn you. Your bottom tower is under attack. Stop them.
Anjing nyeri.
Guess Radiant fortified their structures. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Tak kurir goblok.
Radiant victory.
Bisa lepas. Bawa di sini. Bagi tank gocu. Jeruk gitu anjing, karek di level hiji ini. Tengok deh cuk, anjing. Rada maju nih ta, naon datu jero. Baik goblok ayeuna mah. Bye-bye Tanon. Đánh solo với nó bấy. Jadi bekil liur menduaan teh tim kenaon. Soalnya lawan aja udah support aja.
Death at my hands. How many daggers am I holding up?
I
this spring? Is it joy?
Win condition in Jackie's Spectre. I had to think twice about that looking at the portrait. Signal, I mean, it's not a complete washout. Like you mentioned ways to handle it. You do have this PA that can scale nicely. We've got break on the PA if you go for the axe shard. I'm already seeing a bot queue up. Battle Furies you tend to on the PA, but Battle Fury carries are just not that popular. PA is probably the only one you can justify that on, as it is a huge boon on damage and gives you good spread damage as well, because she's really single target if you don't. But this could slow down the game a lot more. Like that just puts more pressure on Jamesy, more pressure on Van to perform on that puck and on a Timbersaw to buy space out for a bot to really maximize his farm.
30 seconds to battle.
Odds down onto that high ground, but that ward is becoming ever so obvious. Seems like every time we start a game region, it's always about contesting that ward being placed. You already saw the lines being drawn out by our Grimstroke. Team know that, yeah, they've placed it there, more than likely to get a deal ward out later on. But Bannerun's gonna spawn up. It's like neither team really wants to fight it out.
The battle's starting.
Them go 2 for 2. Get started on the laning stage. Massaros gonna be there with Q. We up against a bat on that PA. Should have Grims coming in on the Grimstroke. This laning stage, do you think it kind of favors one or the other? Like PA Grimstroke, kind of nice with the Inkswell Blink Strike, but then you've got a double stun in the Massaros, Mars, and the Q Lion. Who do you think has the upper hand here, John?
I'd say I'd prefer Motivate Trust duo, but it's not like a complete washout here for Signal. As you mentioned, Inkswell plus Blink In is pretty nice. You can try to zone them out with good magic damage on the Stroke of Fate as well. And if the lane does really go bad, you just sit back with a Stifling Dagger. So you shouldn't be completely out of this game for a bot. You might have to consider playing a bit more defensively until levels are up. Level 3, even level 2 is a bit better for the PA Grim. But beyond that, I don't really know if you want to line up for aggression. Like, say you jump the Lion, if Massaros is in position to get the Spear of Mars, you could find yourself in the opposing end on the receiving end of that gank, and you never want to risk it with a PA who needs that Battle Fury up.
So, over in the mid lane, you've got Fearless there against Jamesy. You kind of talked about this, but the puck doesn't really have any great ways of burning through the refraction charges of Fearless. I'd say in the laning stage, Jamesy should still be pretty fine. Perhaps as the levels go up on Fearless, maybe he gets a little bit more annoying, but Jamesy should be able to secure his CS just fine on this puck.
Yeah, it's not going to be too rough. Jamesy can just play with that slight, that better range he has compared to Fearless. And Fearless, for his part, he's going to have to be a bit cautious. Once the refraction fades, he is fairly squishy.
Very far out. Very close call, and Jamesy being very aggressive on this puck is you kind of like to see. Fearless is a bit weak on the TA. Have a quick gander over to the top lane as well. You've got errors there with Van against Leonak and Jackie. Now, not the greatest farm going on for Jackie here. It is still a Timber after all, and of course Eris can be there just harassing with the right clicks. Leonak on the AA can't really do too much in the way of harassing back. Lane here for Motivate Trust. Doing fine, just trying to secure some CS safely.
It's a bit slower going for Jackie compared to a bot. He doesn't have the safety of throwing something like the Stifling Dagger. Longer cooldown on Spectral. Doesn't want to gap close with a Timbersaw who can shred Spectre down. And the presence with Leonak is it's really passive. It's an ancient apparition. You can normally say that you could chain stun with cold feet, but Spectre is not a hero with stun. So you're just playing it slower, and that does benefit Signal. Eris is doing a great job forcing out constant sentries, constantly blocking camp with her body, and just having this wave shoved in. It's very uncomfy for Jackie to farm under tower. He's gonna have to deal with it and somehow find a way to make this lane work, though.
First blood.
Rather, not mid lane, towards the bounty rune. Looks like Fearless does end up catching. He gets first blood on the TA. He was having a pretty hard lane earlier on, but now with the bonus gold from that first blood, it feels like Fearless would have got up, if not been ahead of the puck, Jamesy. So, an awkward scenario there for Signal Ultra. Fearless now, I'd say, put up just fine.
Yeah, he's feeling
Top
good.
lane. Leonak, cold feet out. Eris, he's going to be alright. He'll leap away. Quite a ace onto Leonak, but both his supports are going to be able to salve up and be just fine.
You get the creep wave pulled, so Van's going to have a bit of time resetting equilibrium. Jackie does get a free wave to himself, but he's still not doing fantastic in spec. 15-2, even a bot is going at 19-2, about 3/4 of creep wave above him, so way too slow going for the spec. That's going to slow down the... Not going for the Echo Saber, which I find surprising. Considering lineup, I feel like early haunts have so much more value with that Echo Saber, but we'll see. Like the Blade Mail does allow you to clear out camps a lot better. Playing around with the dispersion, perhaps they really are just considering this to be a slow game to take late for Jackie to just keep farming up.
I said no!
Fearless going at it. Fearless. Belt strike in. Jamesy's still ahead in CS though on this puck. Have those jungle camps to go back to for both heroes, so easy ways to kind of keep up and catch up. Lane though relatively quiet as Masaros. Gonna get jumped on for a second, but you can always just kind of spear away at Bart. Be much to be afraid of for him unless he misses the spear.
Get used to it.
Again, Masaros, he's just gonna walk away. A Bard could be in danger now. The Earth Spike does fly in into the spear, but the follow-up not gonna be there as Grims. He does zone them out with the Inkswell. Bit of damage onto Cuban now. They're going to turn around and try to go for the support instead. God's Rebuke out. Earth Spike is there, and Masaros, he'll pick up his first kill of the game. That looks like a Bart was trying to chase down this lion. He was going to be just fine, and a Bart really going to get nothing for his trouble.
Yeah, it's a really awkward spot for him as well. He lost at least half of his salve. He's not quite as healed up as he'd want to be, at least with Grims coming back in. He's got a fresh set of salves to reset. We are seeing more activity coming through from Motivate Trust. They're just pressuring off Eris in that triangle area. They're aware of any stacks being built up. Leonak dropping the sentry to prevent the Ancients further built up, while also stacking up their own triangle. There's no counter movement here from Signal, so you can see Q is just really building in that triangle. That's going to be really helpful for Fearless. He can clear out those stacks super fast, and that's going to be a huge gold injection if the side of Signal don't contest that down the line.
Money changes hands.
Up for Jamesy. Mid of service. Very quiet across the map. Their lanes farm up, but we are still very early into the game. Jackie looks like he's rotated into the jungle now, just unwilling to deal with the timber. Pretty behind in terms of net worth, but I suppose he's only 100 gold behind the PA right now. And Spectre after all. Kind of almost expect this to happen. He will go into the mid lane, but Jamesy's not going to be much easier to deal with either on this puck.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Honestly, I think this is a good position for the Spectre to be in. It's not that he's going too slow, it's that a bot's not making use of that space he has compared to the Spec. So his Battle Fury timing is still not going to be super quick, and that just means Jackie, despite lagging behind, isn't really going to lag behind by a huge amount. Unless that Battle Fury comes out with a quick injection hold for a bot, you're not getting as much as you'd want, and that would explain why Motivate Trust, they're lagging behind in Spectre, but their TA's making up for it. They've got a less than 1k gold lead. Signal is eyeing that top tier 1 though, and because kind of focus on the triangle areas, Motivate Trust can't counteract, so they will get a freebie tower here for Signal. Should open up some more space to roam around that top jungle and prevent that farm. Issue is triangle's already cleared out. Stacks are gone. Fearless is getting pretty fat here.
Good deny attempt there by Leonak. Doesn't quite work out. Van be able to secure the last hit on the tower. So he does get that tier 1 tower down. Motivate Trust yet to really get any damage off onto that bottom tier 1. Meanwhile, mid lane, James is going to be chased down, but Jackie go ahead and take that illusion rune away. While this is happening, Fearless, top of the net worth board, has been farming that jungle very effectively. Not moving into that Radiant jungle now, it seems. But this is his farming spot, but he's going to try and fight for it, and eventually does get given it. That's not going to play around too much as Grim's bot lane does drop. Jamesy got a nice call off with Van around. They should be able to burst somebody down as Masaroth is quite low, but we'll try to go for a run. Might actually make it out as the Earth Spike does lock them down for a bit, but Masaroth trying for the TP. Does he really make it? Not quite. The arrow will be there now. Fearless in a very awkward position. Needs to find a way out for Jackie. He's going to join the team. Onto Van. They can't kill the Timber. Instead, onto Eris they go. The Mirana going for a bit of a run. Jackie trying to chase him down. It is a very slow chase, however. Look, hiding in and out from Signal Ultra. And a 1-for-1 trade in the end. I believe it was Grims for Masaros, and no, never mind. 1-for-2 as Q also went down to the Lion.
Yeah, it's a really good trade coming out from... So they split out the fight quite nicely, and they managed to bail out at the right time. You don't manage to kill the big targets. Fearless is alive, but you take out Masaros, which is huge. And you're slowing down that pace for the Mars, although Q...
Impossible. Nice little meld strike there will be more than enough. And look at this, John.
Stacks.
Found some stacks.
So fat.
You are up against the TA after all. You know this is going to happen at some stage if you're not too careful.
I'm
So leave the
surprised
ancient stacks at least.
Surprised they didn't hand those stacks over to the Timbersaw early on, or even the Puck, or both of them together. Like, the PA's in no shape to take these stacks until way later on. Battle Fury is still being built up, and now the Ancients are also just going to be slowly chip away. They do bring up Eris to at least get the G-Ward.
Dream call out. Van is there to help out onto Q. They want the line dead first. Meanwhile, though, Finger is committed. It doesn't really do any damage as Masaros now committing the arena to try and fight back. Jamesy does avoid the spear, but Jackie is here, and they even found Van. The team fight start for Motivate, but it does end up working out as now they want a bit more. Grim's going to be chased down. The Grimstroke going to be targeted, and Jackie will eventually be able to get him, and looks like he will.
Comes at a
Down another. Eris. Melt's not going to be there in time. Don't think it would have been quite enough damage anyway.
They get to go back into that triangle, get to clear out the Ancients once more. It's just a complete win for Motivate Trust. They find the kills, they find the stacks. This is going to slow down the pace of Signal Ultra. They still need that Witchblade to come out from Jamesy. They need to finish up this Hood of Defiance, or whatever it is that Van wants to do. It looks like he might actually just opt for... No, it should be the Hood of Defiance. He's not even done with that. And then he's going to go into the Sange and Heaven's Halberd. Long way off for the Timb. And the map, it's not completely stripped away. I mean, tier 1s are still standing, but it doesn't feel like they have control in their jungle. This forward ward for Motivate Trust just really enabled that movement in the triangle area. Their own triangle is protected with a ward. Their stacks are not contested. We've been talking about Signal Ultra having to contest those. Fearless has had, what, 6 stacks up for himself now? His Desolator's almost done, just lacking a little bit more for his first Neutral Hammer, and then the second one's soon to follow. Blade Mail's already up on Jackie, so he can clear out these stacks a lot faster as well. I feel like Motivate Trust, their laning phase was just not punished hard enough. Their greed was just not punished. It's almost the same story as Game 1.
Pretty cool animation on this Spectre Arcana with the Blade Mail. Know about it before this game, but
Not much good
cool.
happening to
I guess we
Radiant's
can't see it
bottom
right now
tower.
because Jackie's running back to the
Radiant
fountain.
structures are fortified.
Defended, and they might try to get started on that mid-tier 1 tower.
Not much good
The space to do
Radiant's
so.
bottom tower.
DD Rune activated on Jamesy, but the glyph is going to be popped from Motivate.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Frost will beat the ground, does have the arena. So much damage being dealt though. They've got to make the decision. Do they want to fight or not? Spike out, not gonna land. Arena is down. Jamesy, he gets a nice dream call off of the 2, and now Van might be able to get to work. Fearless will TP in. Ice Blast is there onto the Timber. Van is in trouble now. He'll try to survive through it, but he will not be able to, as now they've even got the Puck into the Earth Spike, the Finger, the Spectral Dagger. More than enough to get these kills, and Jackie, he'll walk away with a double. See that Blade Mail animation, John? The big spikes flying out? Pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. Kind of looks like a mix of a point here for some reason. And Jackie just uses these haunts really well. Just in the middle of a fight, they turn around, they get all these kills. 4K lead, 3-9, 13 minutes in. That is significant. And look at Fearless. 8K gold at 13 minutes in. 2K above Jackie, 2K above a bot. He's just been allowed too much space in that triangle. I'm surprised Signal Ultra were not contesting this way earlier on. They've got the mobility with a puck. They've got the mobility with the Turmbussaut to jump in that triangle area, and they never did. Instead, their own triangle was invaded, their own stacks were taken away, and Signal Ultra are just losing out in this economy game in a big manner. They're finding towers, sure, but they're not really using that tower advantage in a big way. They need to use that to really lock in the jungle. They have the Battle Fury up now on the bot, so clearing out some of these camps is quicker for the you have the Desolator, and then you're going to have to wait for the BKB. There's so much more RPA needs, and it's so weird to see a Spectre have more impact RPA at this point in the game, but Jackie has had more presence in these fights than a bot has, and it's really just down to the fact that when Signal does choose to fight, it always happens to be around when Motivate Trust has Honk up.
Right now, plus on Leonak, Van though still going to avoid the now on Masaros. He gets the spear off into the Ice Blast and the Earth Spike. They burst him down mid Ice Blast. Yeah, they'll get it. Jackie, Spectral Dagger from the opposite jungle will net him another kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's just they're generous enough to just give him all these kills as well. So it's just piling on the farm of the Spectre. And he's very close to just finishing up Manta. That's the big spike for Spectres. Good stats, good way of dispelling on yourself, and just adds potency to your haunt on a single target. Having those additional illusions chase. You're not seeing that same spike from sitting on the Witchblade for Jamesy for a while. Just actually gets completed now. I thought it was already done. He just finishes it now. Still needs to blink up on that puck. Still a ways off from that, as they're really just sinking their resources onto a bot for the most part. And it can pay off, but we're talking about maybe a 5 to 10 minute stall out for the Deso and the BKB to be ready.
No, anjing.
Only behind now, John. 4K behind. You got this Battle Fury, but you need to catch up ASAP if you're a bot. Small rotation now from the supports of Motivate towards Masaros down this bot lane. Now the Fearless.
Cracks in Dire's top tower?
Siapa telat wae. Aduh. Beli bling kan, beli bling. Tengah sementara bling lah.
Won't be able to find anything out of this.
Akhirnya rek ngebling lah. Sama bis lumayan dia rame anjing.
The farming game really favors you. Like, you've got a PA, but suspect the TA. It feels a little bit too overwhelming once you get to those later stages.
Huh? It's much better for Motivate. Like, the early impact of the Turmbussaut is already pretty much stalled out. They're forcing out rotations down bot as well, but Fearless just does too much damage by himself.
Spot out by the Hex, Arena down, Spear is there, Ice Blast way off the mark, but it may not matter. They'll have plenty of damage to this. At the bottom tier 2 tower to drop. Fearless will take care of it.
Beating on Dire's top tower.
Defend that top tier 2. You already in position. Try and go for a Hex, but it was on cooldown, so we won't bother trying. Have the back off there from Jamesy. Sure he does not get caught with his pants down. If I say that, he is still hanging around. A lot of patience from Motivate as Jamesy does all the other way. Masaros gets the spear off. They've caught the puck and now Jackie shows up. Meanwhile, towards the south, a bunt does find Leonak. Fearless is there, but he will put a help out. Still, Fearless is still just going for the Roshan, who has minus 23 damage right now, apparently. He's minus 23 armor.
They didn't spot that. They killed the AA outside. They didn't look inside the pit, so our bot just turns away. No one's clumping up here from Signal, and that's going to be a very sneaky Roshan. Very well played from Motivate Trust, finding that opening. Fearless to secure himself that safety net on the Aegis. and that just makes it a lot tougher. Signal, they need this kill on the TA. She's worth so much gold, but killing her twice over might be a bit too difficult. They need to space out their spell use. We haven't seen any Inkswell or Soulbind combinations come out, and Signal has, by and large, been avoiding these engagements, but that just means that Motivate Trust get to set the terms of engagement themselves, which isn't ideal. I think Signal is best when they start these fights. They need to play around with Inkswell on their Punk, Inkswell on their PH, really find something.
Yeah, Earth Spike is there. Ice Blast to follow. Van trying to protect the Soulbind was committed, but there's not really going to be follow-up tools. Although Arrow does land off the Fearless. Won't really matter. They're not planning to try and make the go up the hill. Jump in onto the AA, but it may cost him his life. The arena is down. Unfortunately, the speed did not connect to the arena, so he's not taking that damage, but it does not matter as Jackie gets the work of Bud, goes to the low ground, but Felix is there as Jackie will clean up the kill onto Van now. They'll find a timber. Triple kill out for the Spectre. Matt Ross is looking for more.
Radiant's middle tower has
One mid goes down.
So it's pretty scary for Signal. Like, they jump in, PA, you see these soft targets, you want them dead, but they just don't have information to back up those jumps. They don't have a ward in this Riverside. Their one safety ward is by the Roshan, which didn't help them contest the Roshan anyway. And losing your PA like this, she's your biggest core on the side of Signal. You're slowing down time where she's not farming. She's not building into that BKB. You need the BKB to really survive in the middle of it. And Motivate Trust are just abusing this really well. They've got all the power in the world. They can just constantly keep up the pressure. Masaros.
Van Spear off the mark this time, and Jamesy, meanwhile, he found Q in the mid lane. They did have to commit the Dream Coil, but it's perfectly fine. Solves a Lion kill. Hey, behind Motivate Trust here. Signal Ultra, but surely, John, they get in there, but Guns look stronger. Perhaps once that BKB's up, they might really be able to fight back, but because up until that point, he's got to try and stay away from these fights.
Just need to be patient here for Signal. Hit that mid-game spike with BKB. And that's when the map can open up a bit more. The possibilities start to present themselves with a PA that's not scared to back off. Look at Motivate Trust though. They smoke up as 3 heroes. They've got the arena ready. Matsura has just been so active with that blink.
Absolutely. But that farm up, Motivate, they'll take the outpost in Radiant side. Till they're the ones that definitely want to try and start a fight. I mean, they've got that big haunt up. In fact, in the backside, again, Q being caught out. Can they get Jamesy as a trade? Masaros gets the Yulsa. And that should be enough. Q immediately gives the tip over. Be very unhappy about the bullying here from Jamesy. Get their sweet, sweet revenge, though.
It's a really good trade. The talk is also one of those things that should carry Signal true with her momentum. James is just pumping with his blink. He's trying to break down this matchup.
And taking out Arrow, does land. Again, big Arrow, but there's not really going to be anything to capitalize off here. Meanwhile, South, Cold Feet Spear is there. Ice Blast even thrown out. Arrow's trying to get himself away from this. He might actually just tick out here.
Player's top tower is under attack.
Painful. No, he's going to be alright. Just barely.
Yeah, right on the edge. That does open up the possibility for a bit of a shutdown mid. They still have Aegis on Fearless, so he has literally nothing to be scared of. He's Fearless right now is just chipping away at that tier 2 by himself. Down to about half HP. Just one hero pushing in. Double damage by the rune spot as well. So that's going to be something Fearless is very thankful for.
On. Still got that Aegis up. You may as well go for that tier 2 mid tower. And now. Yeah, to guard, and well, there goes that Aegis. Never mind that. So with the DD, you definitely love to try and start a fight if you can.
Ulti.
Goes for the deny and the range creep. Gotta tell you, John, these Psyblades range, kind of ridiculous. How long they go. He got a Grove Bow as well, by the way. Very nice.
You love to see it with the Dragon Lance, with the talent up. Just builds across the map. And you can see some ridiculous kills. What a range you have with that. It's just pretty dumb. And they managed to take that tier 2. So they've got complete control of the triangle. They can look for that tier 1 top eventually. Backboard, honestly, nothing to stop them there. Motivate Trust haven't really managed to grow this lead though. It's still 5 consistent. Really outfarm any more decent pace on that PA. BKB's almost up, although
Yeah, they got the Grimstone. Find a way out with the Ice Blast. It does land. Very easy to finish him off. Eris, he was also spotted taking that outpost. Does manage to take it, but I don't think it's going to last very long. Would have been a back around, but they'll pop the Moonlight Shadow. Gonna bait them in for that outpost. But gonna Q. Link his way away. Jackie. Eyes Skadi up now. Much scarier Spectre to deal with. Meanwhile, towards the south, Masteros trying to get this fight started onto Eris. So we could not get the spear off. We'll go back for the outpost.
it's fair. I was watching Jackie for a bit. A bot literally linked on top of him to clear the creep wave. That was pretty ballsy. If the line was around with the stun, he would have been dead right then and there. But good read from a bot, just maximizing his farm when he can. BKB is now up in the PA, but Motivate Trust has the map control.
Masteros going in on Timber. Van, Ice Blast out. Jackie will haunt in for this. And as a bot, he does kill off Q on the P. Get him, but now Fearless getting so much damage out. Meanwhile, Jackie killing off Eris, and they get James in the end.